let me ask you a question. If affirmations actually worked like people say they do, repeating the same thing over and over and over until you believe it, why are you here in this video? Because there's a missing link I'm sure you feel. We're going to cover 3 elements today that are going to quite shock you and bring you to a different level of consciousness. And when you know these 3 elements and you're able to dissolve all 3 into one, affirmations, visualizations, or anything else are going to work impressively well and better than where they've been before. So let's get right to it. You see this right here? We're going to cover the left. Stick with me here, because then we're going to go through the right. And by the end of this video, I'm going to give you an exercise that's going to make all of your manifestation, law of attraction techniques super better in terms of effectiveness and in terms of consistency of actually working. The left side here symbolizes what most people are doing with affirmations. When they do an affirmation, they may be here on the frequency band and they want to go up here. So let's say they're doing affirmations around prosperity, abundance, and good things happening in their life. That's symbolized by the star. That's where they're trying to go. But they're living on a frequency that's totally different. My first mentor, Bob Proctor, he taught me for over 4+ years. I was one of his top 10 coaches in the world at one point. He taught me that feeling is your conscious awareness of the vibration you're in. So basically, feeling equals vibration. So when we're saying an affirmation, but we have a feeling of reality, there's a big gap between where I want to go and who I am today. So there's a very deep mismatch. I might be saying, I am now more prosperous than ever before. And then there's an inner voice that talks to you and says, no, you're not. What are you kidding yourself? Have you ever heard something like that inside? Throw a yes in the comment box below if you've ever heard something like that. There's like a voice that fights you. Yeah? Those people who are using the personal development techniques, law of attraction ideas, and doing affirmations, and they're actually seeing results, is because they may still be here in this moment and they want to go up here, but they travel up here in frequency first, and therefore they start to manifest and attract what they're looking for. So the person that's here is in non-congruence or incongruence with where they want to go, and this person's with congruence. They're on the same frequency band as the thing they're wanting. So what happens when you're saying affirmations out loud over and over and over, and it's not really working, nothing's really moving, or you've been visualizing for a very long time, or you've been scripting, or doing some other technique like gratitude scripts, something different, and it's just not really moving forward, is because of this on the left. What we're doing here is we're saying an affirmation out loud, okay? So we're saying an idea, we're saying a thought out loud. So this is a thought cloud, okay? And what happens is I try to mix it with a feeling, but the feeling is actually a negative feeling. So underneath of everything, what I might be saying is, I am now prosperous and I'm earning $50,000 per month. But I say that out loud, but I feel lack. I feel like it's never going to happen, really. If I'm really being honest, I just don't even believe in what I'm saying. So there's already a mismatch with the feeling, as even the great mystical teacher Neville Goddard would say, feeling is the secret, okay? And also, here's the shocking part that most people have never uncovered before. Keep following along here. You're going to get this even deeper. Is also the wounds underneath is the mind chatter. So most videos talk about the affirmation and telling you got to feel it and believe it. But they're missing this. Why don't you believe it already? It's not just subconscious programming. It's not just subconscious beliefs. It's actual deep-seated wounds within your consciousness that are holding you back because it wants to keep you safe. So for some reason, you encountered something in your childhood or somewhere later on in life that having prosperity and having $50,000 a month doesn't feel realistic or believable right now, and also it doesn't feel safe to have. So there's actually 2 things working against you when you're doing these. You're trying to do the right things, you're trying to visualize, you're trying to do these right techniques, but the feeling is opposing the affirmation, and the wounds are the voice that are trying to fight you. They're not actually trying to fight you. They're on your team. but they're actually trying to keep you safe, so it feels like they're fighting you. It feels like they're repelling. It's like, I want the goal, but all my voice inside of me tells me I don't, or I self-sabotage, or I procrastinate. By the way, self-sabotage doesn't actually exist. Nobody actually self-sabotages. What's going on is the wound has taken over and you've lost consciousness. You've disconnected from your soul. And what happens is the essence of who you are is more of your wound than who you really are at a higher level. Okay, I'll talk about that in another video. So the solution here in the exercise I'm going to be carrying you through here. And by the way, if you haven't already, throw a like on this if you're getting some value. Subscribe to our channel if you haven't already. And link in the description below if you want help getting to this side, reconnecting with your soul, healing the deepest wounds, and also aligning all of this. I have a step-by-step system called the Manifestation Accelerator. It's in our Soul Manifestation and Healing community group. In the description below, you can get started on that, or there's even links to get certified with us to build a business helping people do this, or also do one-on-one work with me as well. So when these people are doing the affirmations in the best way and the most effective way possible, they're doing their affirmation, I am feeling more prosperous and I have 50K per month coming in, as an example, okay? They actually align their feeling right here. Remember, vibration and feeling are the same. So they're feeling prosperous as they're saying it, and they've healed their wounds, maybe around money or any other wounds symbolized by W there. So the voice inside of them, there's either no voice at all, or it actually reinforces the affirmation. So it goes like this. I'm feeling more and more prosperous than ever before, and I'm earning $50,000 a month. And in my body, I am already feeling prosperous, and the voice inside my head saying, of course, we already have that, it's already done, that's who I am. You see? So you have a conglomerate of all three elements on the same team, where this one over here, all three elements are these two, the wound and the feeling, are on a team, and it's separating against you doing your affirmation. Again, it's not actually against you, but that's what it feels like. So since all these elements aren't dialed in, as even somebody like a great teacher like Joe Dispenza would say, is that when you're thinking some way, that's the signal in the quantum field, okay? And the feeling is the magnetic attraction in that field. So there's electrical and there's magnetic. When this side, you're only putting out the electrical signal, but the magnetic pull is something completely different than what you're saying or thinking. You see? So it's not just about what you think, it's about the wound, the mind chatter is going on inside with the feeling. In this scenario, the electrical field is going one way and the magnetization of that field is going the same way. So you start seeing results in synchronistic life events happening on this side of the spectrum, okay? Because again, you're going to the frequency before anything happens, and you start drawing circumstances and synchronicities towards you in this. So the exercise is write down the affirmation, write down the feeling, start practicing the feeling in the body. Not easy to do. I have so many videos on more detailed response of like how to do that. But that's the idea of the formula and the exercise. And then part 3, start healing the wounds. And I have videos on healing that we're going to be bringing out as well. So you put all 3 of these in a trio. Write down your affirmation. What is the feeling in the body? Practice that feeling. How do you do that now? I'll give you one tip as well in the exercise. Is this a spiritual truth? This is a physical lie. Okay? So when I'm trying to feel a certain way and I'm saying this affirmation, it's not true though. I'm looking at my bank account, I'm looking at the world, it's not true. It's because I'm comparing what I'm saying to what reality is. That's how you lose. When you're here, you say it's a spiritual truth, but a physical lie. It might not be truthful in the physical bank account yet, but it's spiritually true in my potential. So now you can feel it to be true because you know at a higher dimension, it is true. That is your potential. That is where you could grow into. So that's how you start practicing the feeling in your body. There's so many other techniques like evidence gathering, or anytime you've ever felt prosperous, think of that memory, translate it into the body. So many different things on that. And then healing the wound. And healing the wound is going back to the childhood traumas and things that have occurred, or going back to whatever's upcoming in the memory bank, whatever is recurring is a theme, and you go in and heal that. And again, we'll have more videos on this as well, okay? So you want to be here instead of here. Haug signing off here, and I hope to see you in some of our trainings in our description below, and I'll see you in the next video.